Hey guys. Oh my gosh. I am so ridiculously tired right now. I cannot even begin to tell you. However, my soul is incredibly fulfilled, and I wanted to talk today about conscious choices. It'll also explain why I'm so tired, I promise. Let me give you an example. I have written 2 books. Well, it's like 1.7 books, but I have been fighting really hard and doing the whole agent search and publishing, contract chasing for about 3 years now. On my books, and I've come a long way and all that stuff, and I don't want to self-publish, blah 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 blah. Anyway, one of the best ways to get published is to go to a writer's conference and to pitch your work to an agent at the conference, right? Well, conferences aren't necessarily cheap, and they're not necessarily easy to attend, and they may not be close. Last year, I went to one in San Francisco. It's called the San Francisco Writing for Change Conference. It's an amazing conference, so I figured I would sign up again this year. The conference did happen today in San Francisco, which is about 4.5 hours from where I live. However, my sister lives in Reno, and she invited me and my family to the Great Reno Balloon Races, and she did that kind of a while ago. Actually, it was a couple months ago, and I was like, oh bummer, I don't think I'm going to be able to go because I have this conference on the same day, and so I kind of left it as that. However, about 2 weeks ago, as obviously the date of both events was getting much closer, I was realizing that as much as on the surface it feels like, what is going on with that hair? What is with that? Did you see that? It was super weird. Blending. Kind of better. I'm delirious. Okay. So, as today approached, basically, I was feeling not aligned with going to the writers conference, which is really weird, right? I should be wanting to go to the writers conference. It is my dream to become a published author, and I know that this is one of the best ways to become that. The more and more I thought about it, the more and more my soul did not feel as happy with the decision to go to the writers conference as it did to go to the balloon races. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Great Reno Balloon Race, but this is an example of some of the amazing magic that I got to see this morning. Aren't those amazing? Isn't that like one of the coolest things you've ever freaking seen? It's so amazingly beautiful, right? There was over 80 balloons flying in the air, and it was nothing short of complete and pure magic in like the highest of levels. It was beautiful and incredible and super inspiring, and I loved every single minute of it. And not saying that I wouldn't have enjoyed the conference, but I know in my heart that the choice that I made, even though I sacrificed the money that I paid for the ticket because I canceled really soon, the choice that I made was so much more fulfilling to me than the conference would have been, because it was an aligned choice. It was a conscious choice, a choice based on my gut feeling. And the thing with conscious choices is you have to ignore the story. What I mean, the story is, I want to become an author, right? I want to become an author, so this is the next step. Well, the feeling is, maybe it's not. And maybe I don't want to be there. Maybe it's not going to be as valuable to me as this beautiful, amazing balloon experience was. And I think that was true. And that's what makes a conscious choice. A conscious choice is tuning into your feelings and choosing the choice that is going to best align with you, the thing that makes your soul the most happy. Caveat with this, not about fear. You cannot make choices out of fear and call them conscious. Anytime you have a choice coming up, the first thing that I suggest you do is list out all the fears that you may have surrounding the choice so that they don't cloud your judgment, because it's really important that you don't make fear-based choices, because that's not going to get you anywhere. That's just going to keep you stuck in fear. Unless you're making the choice that you fear the most because you know you're afraid of it, you're facing that fear, that would be pretty conscious actually. I just want you guys to be aware that your choices, you get a choice in everything. You exist on purpose and you get to choose what you do all the time. And the story isn't necessarily always what's right and always what's aligned. Speaking of which, I'm going to start this awesome series on boundaries. It's going to come up really soon. So pretty please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. I'm delirious. I've been up since like 2 a.m. and out of the field, and now I'm like exhausted. So I'm gonna go to bed, but thank you guys so much for tuning into this. And remember, you exist on purpose and you get to make whatever choices makes your heart the happiest.